Hi there, I'm Kathy Crow. This is the Crow Cottage. Thank you for joining me. It is a lovely day outside today, very windy. I hope you're having a nice day, good weather where you are. It's spring, and today I got to see some daffodils that were actually opened up in the sunniest part in the botanical garden I go to. I went down there this morning really early and did not do my workout. It was so nice. I went to like the warmest little corner, and there were a whole bunch of daffodils I'd seen some that were not, just, you could see some yellow, but mostly still green. And I knew they were going to open up pretty fast, but I did not know about that spot. I'd kind of forgotten about it. And so that was really pleasant to see all those daffodils, so sunny and nice. Anyway, it's very windy out there, but that's okay. I don't have to be out there. I get to be with you. So today I'm going to do a little joy fold. It's I really like the joy fold. I forgot to even do dimensions, and I forgot to bring my card out too. That was very foolish of me. I'm not going to go hunt for it now, so you're going to kind of see me struggle a little bit with it. But it's joy fold is super simple, and I'm using the Sweet Citrus frame die that comes with this set, Citrus Blooms. Now, Citrus Blooms was a bundle. I don't know if it's still a bundle. A bundle just means that you get to have the dies and the stamps for 10% off. So if it is still a bundle, make sure you get it right away, because it's going to be either discontinued or it'll be not a bundle in the new catalog. The new catalog is coming out in May. We demonstrators get to order from it in April, I think. Yeah, I think it's April. And anyway, that'll be exciting and fun. But this frame, I'm really happy about this frame. It cuts out like a dream, and it was just such an easy card to make that I decided I'll just show that to you today. So it's gonna take me a minute to flip everything down. I mean, it won't take me long to flip you down, but it is going to take me a while probably to get everything figured out. Actually, it's just so easy now that I figured out that you can do it this way. It's like so sweet. But I do have to take just a minute to go over to find me, just in case somebody has a chance to join me. I would love it. Most people are off of Facebook and are viewing this on YouTube. So thank you so much when you go to, whether it's YouTube or you're here on Facebook, but especially on YouTube, please like and follow. I would really appreciate it a lot. It's just very kind of you to do that. And if you hit subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. That's just they'll if you have notifications going, it will notify you when I post something new. And so anyhow. So today the colors are going to be that I decided I'm going to get out my very vanilla. I don't use vanilla that often. I really like it. I don't really know why I never do. And fresh freesia and soft seafoam, because those are nice springy colors, aren't they? On my website you will find the newest something. I suppose the newsletter and this video. I just don't have time to keep it up anymore. I haven't even been posting anything much, and I apologize for that, but on the other hand, I didn't have the time once I got sick, and now Jeff and I are going places now more because it's nice weather and I'm outside more and I'm wanting to get my bike ridden. I did not post this in our newsletter because I think when I did my newsletter, I didn't for this week. I didn't know about Beautiful Bokeh. Beautiful Bokeh is probably an online exclusive. I suspect it is, or it might even be coming up as I think it is. I think it's an online exclusive. But this freesia color is the fresh freesia is one of the sheets. It's really pretty, both sides. I just happen to like that side better, but it looks like there's like a peach thing going there too. Very, very pretty paper for pastels, for Easter. I almost did that one just because I could have probably put a green with it, but it's not really quite green in the center. It's more blue. So anyhow, you will want this. It's Beautiful Bokeh. It's a 6x6 and very nice paper. So anyway, there you go. Now that's going to be a background for us. So right now what I want to do, that's going to be this is going to be our frame. So I'm going to take 2 of sheets just in case I need more than just one. And I'm going to cut this out. Now I have my Sweet Citrus Bloom frame separate because these dies go with these stamps. Okay, all the images have dies. There's 15 dies altogether. But the frame, I kind of want it on my wall so I could see it because this is a really nice, big, card-sized die that makes a nice background no matter what you're doing. And then if you want the frame, you just fit it inside and cut it out, and now you have this wonderful frame. And then this is the die that did all of these, and I did some extras. I did them with colored cardstock and then sponged them, and I shoved them in this case so that I could have these available. Like I might use this one today, but I doubt it. I have had these here for a while and haven't gotten to them because frankly, this is beautiful, but this is the part that I really like the most. So anyhow, this actually does kind of fit in here. So it, it stacks nicely, and then I can just keep this in my little sleeve on my wall and see this all the time. So I know I've got this big, it's a rectangle shape. It's got some funky edges to it, and it's nice. Stitched as well, a stitched one. So what I need to do first of all is I'm going to cut, since this is a joy fold, we're going to be going, we're going to be needing a sheet that's 4 1/4 by 11, and then we're going to score it at 5 1/2. So let me do that one first. I'll need 2 pieces. And actually, I need that out of my fresh freesia. The green is going to be the frame, and the fresh freesia is going to be my card base. And my laundry is going back there. You probably heard it ding-a-linging as that it was done, because today is Friday. Our church is doing, I grew up as a Seventh-day Adventist, and we always had Sabbath and prepared for Sabbath by cleaning house, making sure everything was clean on Friday. We did all of our grocery shopping during the week so that we wouldn't have to be doing it at all on Friday night or Saturday. And, there's just a great many things you prepare for, and I grew up that way, so it was not a big deal. But our church, there's a few churches apparently that are trying to adopt the practice of Sabbath. Now, they're not doing it in the same manner in that they have a lot of rules about it or anything. We kind of were very strict about it in a lot of ways. But I really haven't been a Seventh-day Adventist for a long time, so I don't know how it is done now. But I do remember what it was like before. And when I heard that they were going to do it, not our church necessarily, it's just part of a book series called Practicing the Way of Jesus. Since they were Sabbath keepers, they are practicing the way of Jesus by trying to copy everything, It's very laudable, very good, very good. I can't argue with it. And there's just a whole lot of practices that... One was generosity, and I thought, I've never heard of generosity as being a practice or a discipline. In the old days, we called these disciplines, and you practiced it all right, but you were, practicing it, hopefully getting better. Now, your joy fold is going to go like this. You've got 2 cards, and one is going to just sandwich with another, and then this front piece is going to go on the top, and this front piece is where what normally you would cut out, your frame and all. But as you can see, this die is so big, it doesn't really work that way. And I thought, well, why not? We'll go ahead with our joy fold like this. But what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half. And I'm going to just take half of my die, and we're going to do a halfway thing, okay? So we end up with this looking like this. And in order to do that, all I need to do in this case is save this for my base part of the card, and we're going to cut one of the soft C folds and cut that, because that, and so I'm going to just cut this in 5.5, at the 5.5 mark, like you would normal, you know, and then and die cut this. So that this 5.5 by 8.5 is what you normally would use for your cards, but sometimes we do that would be like a horizontally folded card. Oh, there's a little spot there. I don't know how that happened. And but these 4.25 by 11s usually are for a portrait type card, but today I'm going to be doing it as a horizontal. All right, so now you're going to get out your die cut machine, and we're going to just cut this die. Very easy to do. This cuts out so easily. It's really, really nice. No waste at all. You're going to get everything nicely. You do want to make sure, since this is a very thin one, make sure it's going to make good contact with your magnet if you have a magnetic plate like I do. And then make sure you have the edges equidistant away from this insert. And it's as even as you can get it. Sometimes it wobbles a bit. Like, for one thing, my magnet's kind of not cooperating as well as I'd like it to. So I'm gonna pull my paper down just a little bit here. Try to get that position just a bit better. It's just not cooperating. Okay, now it's looking better. I think. Yes, it is. Very good. Okay, I am set. I went so early this morning to the park. No one was there. It was like so sweet because it was cold. You know, this morning it wasn't quite so bad. Yesterday morning, though, was 27 degrees. 24? No, 27 degrees, which is still really cold. Okay, so I'm going to push it through 2 times just to be doubly sure that got cut really good. And then I've got my little Tupperware container over here that allows me to get everything. When I slide it off, I'm trying to stay neater and tidier just because I'm sharing my space. When I first moved down here to the basement out of my nice craft room with the sun, but now that's a guest room. We needed it to be put back to use as a guest room, so I gave it up. Sacrificed it, but actually I didn't do that. I did give it up, but it was because I wanted to spend more time with Jeff. When I'm crafting, I wasn't getting any crafting done at night, and that's when I get all my crafting done, so I wasn't getting it done, and I wasn't going to sacrifice. He was just down here all the time by himself, and I felt so bad, so moved myself down here, and that is working out really nicely. So I'm going to just put this all back on here. That part is done. And you could save this if you think you might use that little scrap for a sentiment or something. Now this comes as a set. I think that roller is now not a separate roller. It comes with your Stampin' tool. This just, oops, that one doesn't screw in. It's this side, but I have my little putty thing in there, and it's hard for me to get that out without like totally messing up my putty. Because that doesn't screw in. That's, yeah. Anyway, I think it goes on the other end. Yeah, it does. It goes on the end. There's that punch thing. I mean, this is a great little tool. It's just that I've been crafting for a long time, so I have a lot of things. And I keep the 2 ends on that thing that I need, that I actually use, and then I still am using that roller brush. Shush, 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 don't tell anyone. Because that roller brush, who knows how old that is? How many of you have still got that roller brush, and how many of you use it? Because I like its handle is big, and it's easier for me to use. My hands are getting just a little arthritic, and so as that happens, and I'm going to be, it is going to happen, you know, I'm getting older. That's just the way it is. It's easier for me. All right, so now we've got this, and I'm going to put this right here on this bokeh. And this is going to be my little frame all around the bokeh. And then that's going to be the joy fold, okay? But I want my sentiment to be stamped in here. Now on my card, I think I have my citrus, because I was using this citrus bloom, and I wanted you to buy it through me, of course. That would be lovely if you did do that. If you buy this citrus blooms bundle, I'll know when you did it, and you can expect a little gift from me. But this little citrus bloom set has just checking in it, which is really nice, and a little hello, and in 2 different fonts. So that would be quite nice. This isn't a huge space, but there is a new set coming up. Actually, it is up. I think it's an online exclusive when I got something else. And it has these keys and the lock, these little labels with tags. I love this set. It's really cute. Just because of the keys, mainly. I have tags. It does have a little pocket tag, though. That is a new one to me, and I really like it. But this is the stamp set that goes with that, if you buy it as a bundle. And it has, you made my whole day. You're the best. So lucky to know you. That would be really good for our March 17, if you had like a little 4-leaf clover, wouldn't it? You know what? We do have a 4-leaf clover. Where's my 4-leaf clover? And then we can do so lucky to know you. I do have a 4-leaf clover. I wonder if I can find it quickly. Now, there are some ways you can do a clover, like with heart punches or heart dies. So you don't really need even a lucky you or whatever. But I do have a Lucky Clover set that was, I don't know, how many years ago? I really liked it. It's pretty. It has this design in it. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Very good. A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover. Hard to find, lucky to have. I would say blessed to have. Anyway, I think I like this. It has a Lucky Clover punch. So I do have a little punch in there that would go with this. But I think not so keen on the luck thing, but we can go Happy St. Patrick's Day. I can put in a Lucky Clover, and that would be nice. I can get my punch out. I do think So Lucky to Know You will look really good with my Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's just see. Now this one is a photopolymer stamp set, which is nice because then I can see right through it. These cling stamps actually stamp a little better. You can get a better impression for those, but I'm happy to trade off the better stamping to be able to see through, because then I can see exactly what I want. That's going to work really well right here. I'm going to put this to the side when I do it, and then I'll have room for a little Lucky Clover up there. Okay, doesn't that sound like a great plan? All right, so here we go. First of all, I need to kind of keep this frame here so I know how much space I'm going to have to stamp, because I need to stamp before I put this on here. I don't really want to have this, you know, I don't want to get my stamping thing going and then figure out, that was way too, I stamped that way too far apart from each other. So anyhow, let's try this. And I brought out Soft Succulent. I'm not sure if the soft sea foam will show up good enough on here, and I did want green. So I'm gonna do a little sample stamping. I'm gonna take a piece of this and just tear it off. That way I can do a little sample stamp up here to see how it's gonna actually work out, because I want to make sure it's gonna stamp up nice. Yeah, we'll use this one. So Lucky to Know You. I guess that stamp will do just fine for both dies. All right, let's see how you will do. Oh yeah, it's looking good. That's gonna look great. So we're gonna put that. I'm gonna leave a border on my, just in case I want to do that a little bit bigger. I'm not sure whether I'm going to or not, but I want to have this here so I can see exactly where to stamp those words. Okay, and then let me clean that off. So St. Patrick's Day, what do you do other than wear green? Do you wear green? I'm thinking I'm gonna forget this year, because this year it's very unlikely I'm gonna be seeing anyone. So it's not gonna be necessary. And so anyhow, now I'm gonna do my St. Patrick's Day, and that green actually is showing up pretty good. If I wanted to, I could do some little things, but this is gonna be pretty busy here, so I don't want to do anything more than that. Now I do need this big one because I do want this. This is a cling, so I need this to be nice and straight on my block, so that I can more easily, let me make sure my words are actually straight. Okay, they are. Sometimes when I apply these, I don't do as good a job as I should. And then I'm just careful in making sure my block is using these lines. Aligned, whether it's graph paper or something else is useful to have. Now I'm gonna straighten this out because I stamped it just a tiny bit crooked, it looks like, and that's gonna go like right. I'm gonna want it to make sure, yeah, we're gonna do it a little closer than I was going to. Let me make sure that's inked up good, because I'm not using a Stamparatus right now, so I wouldn't be able to just do it again. All right, there we go. I had to go out and tie up my wind chimes some more. When we moved here, we have 4 wind chimes. One is those big giant ones. I love it, but only when it blows a little. And in the Tri-Cities, where we came from, it blew so hard that I just always watched the weather, and then when the wind was predicted, I took down the wind chimes, because otherwise they were trashed. You would lose your if they were the little ones, you'd lose them. They'd blow away to a neighbor's yard, or just, and I'd find them all broken up. You know, they're just, the wind there was nothing like this wind. But here, there's a light breeze all the time. And I mean, all the time. So it did not work to have wind chimes. I could put one underneath. Let's see what this is gonna look like. I'm gonna take this little skinny one. Oh, let's use this block. And I'm not gonna actually stamp it on there. I'm gonna use my soft seafoam first, and just to get a gander at what that's going to look like, because I think I might like it. I don't know, but we're going to find out. I really like soft seafoam myself. It's a very pretty color. Okay, I can't even see it. I suspected as much. That's why I didn't even bring it over. Okay, so we'll try it with this soft succulent. And then I'm gonna slip this under and see if I'm gonna like that. I kind of do. So we'll do that. We'll put this here like this. Bring it up close, tucked in, so that I have room still for my 4-leaf clover up here. And then this is gonna go right under those words, right there and there. Oh, so cute. I really liked this set. I'm not a huge St. Patrick's Day person, but I did kind of like it. When I was a kid, it was always fun to have the permission to pinch somebody, and they sort of outlawed that long ago, I'm sure. Let me grab my tea before it gets cold. I do need to drink my tea. I'm trying to get more fluids. They have a tea, if your stomach is ever queasy, you need light, something that's helpful in that regard. They have honey chamomile, and it's quite good. I really like it. Now this you're going to just glue down. You can glue it down, but, you know, if you don't want to go to all the trouble of gluing, because that can be kind of hard to do, take one of your little scrap papers and put it under here. And we're going to turn that upside down. Let me grab my tape. I need the lighter tape. Last time I did this with my heavier tape. This one's kind of a hard one to do if it's that heavy duty one. Let me see if I've got the lighter tape in here. I do. Okay, so it's the Stamp and Seal. I think that's what it's still called. All right, are you in there? I'm not feeling you. There you are. Okay, now you can just do your Stamp and Seal right over. Let's make sure it's still going. It is. It's gonna go right onto this paper too, which is fine because, well, why aren't you going on my actual cardstock? I need you to. Okay, there, and there. I can see it kind of sticking on the top there. It's kind of funny. And why are you doing that? And this side too. Okay, this way I'm not going to get my hands quite as sticky as I would if I was just using glue. Okay, now, you know, this is going to be a little harder to, you know, get off of here because it's all kind of taped on, but it actually, this is the best way to do something with a little really fine filigree. I normally just use glue because I use glue all the time. I'm always getting glue all over my fingers. So it's like not a big deal. I'm just washing it off like I have to all the time anyway. Oops, I tore it a little bit there because I'm sticking to my own thing. But it does eliminate having, oh, come on. There we go. Oh, finally. Now don't stick anymore to it, Catherine. All right, there we go. So we got all that tape. So now what I'm going to do is just take my tweezers, because the tweezers I'm going to be able to get the tape off of easily, because the tape is going to stick. Once I lift this off, there's going to be all these little tape hanger-oners, okay, all around in here. So I want to kind of move that tape. I don't know if you can see, you wouldn't be, it's like invisible, but I can see these little tape pieces, and those are going to be very sticky, but I'm just picking it out. But the underside is all nice and sticky. It's going to lay down there very nice when I get to that part, and I'm not going to have glue all over myself. Okay, but you do need to get your extra tape that's in these little spaces. There's not a lot, but there's some. So we'll just move it out. You can move it to the side, and I'm also just using my tweezers to pick it right out. Now here's where it tore a little. Let me get rid of that extra. There we go. Trying to get all of it. It's like, it looks like, have you ever done anything with that angel hair at Christmas time? Very, very fine little thread, you know, filaments. It's glass filaments. This is kind of what it looks like in there. It's very fine, kind of wispy looking, and it doesn't detract from the card. It's just that it'll be sticky on your surface anywhere you don't get it off. So where there's a void, you want to get that out of there. Okay, so that is out of there. That's sticky. I'll throw that away in a minute. But now we get to put this down. Anyway, lace things, anything like that, this is how you want to do it. Okay, so we're going to put that side down. Okay, nice and flat. And that side. Oh, so nice. And now I've got some tape on there, but not much. Kind of rubbed it right off. I don't feel anywhere because I think I got it all off. Let me use a little baby wipe and get my tweezers cleaned off. I stabbed myself with those. Those are sharp. Wow. And that. Oh, it's kind of dark down here. Why didn't I put my light on you? I should have. There, that should help a bit. Okay, so now we've got this. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that. Get rid of all of my scraps. Okay, that should have helped without the bulb blasting us. And we'll move this over here and this here. Now I'm going to cut this out. Now, if you wanted to cut it out exactly, you know, outside, you know, I wouldn't do this, but you can. You can even just use this as a little stencil and draw a line around and trim. Wouldn't that look nice? But this is going to be really big anyway on my card, so I don't really need to do that. I'm going to just cut right against the frame. So, you just want to cut against your frame. I think it's going to make it much easier to do. And this is why I wanted to have a nice DSP background. You could stamp, you know, a nice background, but when you already have a really pretty DSP, why not just use that? Okay. I was surprised there weren't people down at the park. I think there were 5 people in there. It was wonderful. We all avoided each other beautifully. One lady with her dog walking by the lake. I don't normally get to walk by the lake because that's one of the places everyone likes, and it's always more crowded there. And I sit in a bench that looks out across the lake, and I watch them walking over there and thinking one of these days I'll have a chance to walk. Usually in the winter I have lots of opportunities, and this year I just wasn't out that much because it was stinking cold this year. I mean, seriously cold a lot of the time. And it probably wasn't a lot of the time. It was just the times I felt good enough to do it, and I was like, oh, it's cold. I'm staying inside. And I did get some crafting done. You guys have had my newsletters. You wouldn't have if I'd been able to get out as much as I probably wanted to. Now, I forgot what I was going to do. I was going to do this and fold it like this, which I can still do, but it's going to kind of mess up what I wanted to do with my 4-leaf clover, and I kind of forgot. So we're going to have this be a big joy fold, a giant one, in fact. So anyway, that works. On my card that I made for you in my newsletter, I folded it like almost in half, which I'm not going to do now, and used that and sandwiched it in between right here. Okay, you put it in there, you're sticking it on this one, and then you're trimming it so that this you can cut it away, and then it doesn't even have to fold. You just cut it, lay it on here. It looks like you've done it, and you trim it. Anyway, that's how I did it, but we're gonna go ahead and use the whole thing and just go like this. And in that case, what I'm going to do is just use my die. Okay, we're going to use our die and cut this where the joy fold is going to be. Just don't cut this edge so that it doesn't separate it. I don't want it separated. We're just going to cut it right here. So just center it right here where that line is. You're not going to roll that in. That part's going to just not cut at all. And that will be perfect for us, okay? So I think what I did is I took this like this, and I cut half of it, and then eyeballed where the crease was. It did not cut past that at all. And then you had this little joyful, but we're doing the whole schmo this time. So right to the edge there. All right. Anyway, you just want it in the middle. This is a pretty big die, so you want it in the middle on either of these sides. Normally you could have a little bit of wiggle room there, but this is going to have to be right in the middle. It is so big. I'm kind of getting it in crooked, and I have to a little bit because of my magnet, but that means I'm gonna have to stop short a little because I don't want it to cut here. Okay, so as you can see, it's not exactly straight. If it were straight, I'd be getting a little bit better cut because I don't want to go any farther than that. And then I'll just use my scissors to complete that cut because it's not going to be exactly where I want it. It'll be close, but not exact. Anyway, this is a just super easy way to do a joy fold. And now I can lay my piece on here to see where it's going to go. I'm going to glue it, and then I'll just trim there. Okay, so we're just going to glue this on. This is so easy to do. You know, ladies, for those of you who are demonstrators, on the demonstrator planning place, they have just been overdoing themselves with wonderful fancy folds. There have been so many cool, super cool fancy folds. I've got so many videos saved to do. Like, I can't do all of these. Now just take your scissors and snip down to that corner because you want that fold off there. And then you're going to just trim here like that to trim off that little bit. So don't go up any farther than you need to. We're just going to trim that off. And it won't be stitched on these little corners, but that's okay. It'll look great. You wouldn't see that except for on the inside of the card anyway. My scissors these are awkward because they're big. Let me get these little teeny tiny ones. That'll get me in there a little bit better. All right, very cute. And then this is going to go like this. And then this is your joy fold. And you can take your DSP. Now, when you insert this, you can see, oh, I can still see that a little bit. So let's just snip that off. Okay, we're going to just take our scissors and make this a little shorter just to make sure that that's not showing at all. Okay, and then we'll glue this here. Now, if you're going to do a ribbon at all, think about this now. If you want a ribbon closing anything, then you need to get it done now. And if you wanted a ribbon, which would look really cute to have a ribbon here, you wouldn't need a hole here, but you would need a little hole here to slide that ribbon through and glue it down here, slide it through, it would come out the top, and then you would glue this on. But I'm not doing a ribbon, so we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna glue this on. It looked like it was staying pretty good. I'm gonna look again before I actually glue it down, just to make sure everything's looking good. It's folding nicely. It is. Sometimes you have to do a little adjustment. It's looking like it's fine. Anyway, when is St. Patrick's? It's coming up. It's the 17th, and I have no idea what today is. When you're retired, you know, days are just, they all go into each other. We know when Saturday and Sunday is because that's everyone else's holiday. Now that Jeff is substituting so much, he certainly knows too, but I still get to play all the time. It's so sweet. He's such a great guy. All right. Doing all of that for me. Isn't he nice? So we're going to take that bokeh. I don't really want that bokeh here because I like it here different from here. But if you wanted to, you could cut one out and lay it on here. You could do it here. You can stamp. I like the Joyful because it gives you lots of room. You can write things or stamp things here. You can do it here where it's going to be hidden. You can have lots of writing space. Lots and lots. So that's why I like the Joyfold so much. I didn't really even need, I think I have some scraps of soft sea foam. Let me see. I didn't need my Very Vanilla, did I? I don't think I'm going to. So let me see if I've got a scrap of soft sea foam. I think I do. I don't. Wow, I'm going to after I'm done here because I'm going to use that. And we'll use that soft succulent, I guess. Where's that stamp set, though? My little Lucky Clover. I do want to get my Lucky Clover in there. He's cute. Nice. Put that away. I'm going to have to find the punch. Where would my punch be for this, do you think? That didn't come out good enough. We're going to do it here, and then we're going to do it here. And that's the one I want. I don't really want it quite so dark, but I think we'll do one that is dark. I'm going to flip it and use that one. Did it again. Yes. There, that's better. My ink might be given out on me or something. I don't know if I need to, but maybe. And then on the inside, we can use our little Lucky Clover too. But if I do, I'm going to cut it and glue it because too cute. Lucky Clover. Now, where are you? This is going to be fun to find. This is one I haven't looked for in a while, but I see it. It is helpful to kind of keep your things organized. Much easier to find things when you need it. Lucky Clover. Let's see how I need to do this. It's got to go in this way. So let me cut this off. And I might have to employ some tape to get this right where I want, but maybe not. Sometimes it's hard to do this unless you have a little handle. But that looks pretty good. There you go. There's one. And the other. All right, like that. These are so cute. All right, now you see the heart shape. So if you use hearts, dies, little ones, you can do 3 or 4 and a little stick. It's easy to do. I saw somebody had done that and it looked really good. So we're gonna do this on our little Joyfold, and then I think a little tie to tie those will look really good. Let me grab a dimensional first of all and stick them together. Not mini, not a mini, a regular would be good. Right here, and one right here. And we're gonna put it like, I need the stem to be such that I can apply my little twine, something twiny. We could use brown, would be nice, but I don't want brown. Purple would be good. Do I have a purple? Let's just look. I don't think I do. I don't think I've got a purple twine. I'm not seeing one. So I've got a fresh fig, but that's no good. So I'm going to go ahead and find our garden green. No, let's use our old olive. I've got an old olive one here. And that's gonna work. It's not as good as the purple, but it'll work. I love to have a ribbon on anything. I do think it adds so much. Why I guess I like making women's cards more than men's, because you usually don't put a ribbon on a guy's card. It's like, what have I got? It's got to have a ribbon on it. Okay, there we go. So cute. Look at you. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I really like this little fold. It's so fun. Okay, we'll do you here. And these are gonna be off a little because these are under and these are up, but it doesn't matter because I want these to stay on good. All right, well, you have a wonderful day, rest of the week. Oh, it's the weekend. It is the weekend. Get my ribbon going the way I want it. I'm gonna go like this. So lucky to know you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oops, my leaf got over a little bit in the way, so I'm going to bend it back there so you can see it. And then you can do another little Lucky Clover and glue it right on there or whatever you want to. I mean, there's just so many places you could put a nice little Lucky Clover. Now, they always have things on eBay, the old stuff. I use a lot of retired items. You know, some things are easier to find than others. And I just know that if it's something you really, really like, it might not be there for a price you're willing to pay, because it is kind of ridiculous sometimes what I see. Something that I bought, it's like, well, I was going to get rid of that, but now I guess maybe I won't, because I can't believe people are trying to sell it for that much. But if you wait, the chances are Stampin' Up! Is going to come up with something just like it that you love, or something even better. So you do not even ever have to worry about that. Now we can put that there. Isn't that cute? And you can do it on the inside too. If you want to. Just so many ways that you can use your little stamps. You can use your green, and instead of doing all the cutout, because of course there's this one too, you can use it and just stamp it. All these little, this is set, that's why I liked this set so well. Is there was so many clovers. It wasn't just one. Where did I put my, oh, there you are. It was several. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the big one. And I'm going to put the little one and the big one together here. And we'll go like that. And we'll go, let's make sure nothing's going to show. Okay, it's not. And like that. Isn't that cute? All right. So you cannot buy this set, but you can get the frame, Sweet Citrus dies, and the Sweet Citrus set is perfect most times. I don't use this Lucky Clover set except for once every couple of years. I don't use it every year. I just use it once in a great while, and now, you know, I don't have a lot of people I'm doing this for, so I use it very little, but I'm not getting rid of it. It's too good, too good. So anyhow, all right, I am going to try to swing this up and flip. There we are. Have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me. Like and share. check out my newsletter, get on that website if you want to. You can always email me if you have a question about something. I'm not very diligent, but you can try it. It's worth a try. And I will see you next week. Bye.